welcome to my channel. This is Candidly Chaotic and my name is Jamie. Here on my channel, I like to share our homeschooling journey, mom life, and family adventures. So if those things seem like they will be helpful or interesting to you, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button down below. It does help out my channel, and then you can see when new content comes up on my channel. Today, I want to share with you an update. I maybe update a little bit as I go, but I haven't done like a quarterly update or monthly update or anything like that. And this is kind of that, because I want to share with you how I am finishing out the year. So today is March 31st. Tomorrow will be the first day of April. And I'm really starting to think about the end of the school year. And I know a lot of people are thinking about the end of the school year at this point because we are in the home stretch. I mean, depending on how you do your calendar and your scheduling, but for most people, we are in the home stretch. Now, I consider our homeschooling style or whatever to be kind of year-round, although even with year-round, summer, in my opinion, it needs to have it has our longest break time in it, and I just think that that's best. It's a great time to reset between school, school years, between grades. I know not everybody does grade levels, and I think that's great. But for the way that I do school and the way that my brain can think about it, that helps me to have that longer break there in the summer. And we really get very busy in the summer and try to do a lot of fun things. Our family loves to camp. And so just really leaving room for all of that to happen over the summer makes it so that way our longest break does work best in the summer. However, I don't, I consider us year-round just because I will school as long as I need to into the summer, and I will start as early in the summer as I need to or want to do, to be able to create the schedule that we want. So that's why I think of us as kind of year-rounders. So with all of that said, I am thinking about the end of our school year. And so I just wanted to share with you how I am hoping and planning to finish out the school year. So this is how I keep track of our school year anyways. I know how many days we need to have according to our state, and for our state it is 180 days. And then I just figure from there how many days we have left to do school. Now, when I did that, so I have like a little binder. This will be changing for me next year. I'm not going to have a binder exactly like this anymore. I'm switching over to try out a planner, which I've shared on my channel already. But for now, I do have this binder, and so I have a couple sheets that really help me keep track. I should probably taken them out. So I have a couple sheets that really help me keep track of where we're at as far as what we need to have done. And the biggest thing is this year at a glance is just like everything for me. It helps me so much. I use it to figure out when we know we're going on vacation and then figure out how many days we need to do besides that. And so here at the end, I'm really paying attention to how many days do we have left. So I just figured this out today. We have done 135 days of school. And that means we have 45 days left that I have to school my kids. And so then I figured out how many lessons we have left in our All About Reading, and using what I know with about how long every lesson seems to take us, I figured with some cushion, we actually have about 10 days or so left of reading, because the way that I split the lessons into different days, that's about where we're at. Now, we might hit a lesson that my son needs more time on, and that's fine. And we'll do that, of course, but just generally speaking, I have about 10 more days worth in All About Reading. It looks like that it'll take us to do that. And then my son, for his Horizons Math, he has, I think, 28 more lessons left, but I don't do the whole lesson. I don't do the whole page. I've talked about this before too, how we do Horizons Math coupled with Matthew C. And so because of that, usually he does, if he's doing a Horizons Math page, usually he does 2 pages in one day because we pick and choose what we want to do. And so with that, his Horizons Math will have about 19 days worth left. Plus there's a couple math facts that I want to get him through in kindergarten that I would like to finish up with Matthew C. And so we have more math left than we have reading. And he's already done with his handwriting book. So that is where we're at with all those things. So with keeping that all in mind, and as since he is in kindergarten, I don't have to worry about science and social studies and all that stuff. Like, I don't have actual curriculums. We're just doing things that make sense to do when, we do it when it makes sense to do it. And so I don't have anything that we necessarily need to finish up with that. So with all that in mind, I know by looking at our year at a glance here that he will be done with reading well before, even if we have to take a couple days on a couple lessons, we will be done well before the end of his days needed for his reading. And with his math, again, we will be done quite a bit before he, on the days that we will be done quite a bit sooner than how many days he has left that he has to school. So in thinking in all of that, I have kind of mapped out the rest of our school year. So in April and maybe even into May, I'm going to focus, continue to do school normal, focus on doing it fairly normally. That way we can finish his reading and finish his math. And then when he finishes reading, I will just have him read to me every day, and we will practice since he's doing all about reading, there's a lot of flashcards and there's certain games that we can play. And so we will do that to keep up his reading skills and help him practice actually reading. So that's how I'll do that. And then once he finishes math, we will do more things with practicing math skills, and we will probably even maybe focus even more on his math facts and just polishing up some things. But I know that I've looked at April, and I don't really think we'll take, let me rephrase that. We will not take any time off in April per se, because of how many days I have left that I must school him, and I want to be done no later than June 18th. I want that to be our last school day because I want us to have a good summer. We have baby number 3 coming towards the end of July, and honestly, babies they come on their own timeline. And so I just want to be done well before that. And so my hard stop date is June 18th. I would love to be done before that. I don't know that we can be, but I would love to be done before that. So April, I have 18 days, and then May, I have 16 days. So really what I'm thinking is April, and then even maybe like halfway into May, will continue to be very normal school as we normally do it, doing our lessons and everything. And then once we start to finish things up, we might do a more relaxed schooling, definitely, especially once we hit June. It will be more about, of course, reviewing to keep things polished for, reading and math. And then in June, it will be much more laxed, and I will start to do more fun things more often. We do fun things as often as we can, but that will free us up to do it really very often. And I am thinking that towards the end of May and the beginning of June will be the perfect time to get started really digging into our Exploring Nature with Children curriculum that I purchased. It's a perfect time to do that. And I can start at any time, because it doesn't have, I bought it for first grade, but it's one of those things that you can do anytime all year round. And I bought it for that purpose. But I think for the end of May and the beginning of June, we're really going to focus on that more. And that is my plan for the rest of the school year, on how we're going to finish up the days that we have to school, finish up all of his, kindergarten curriculum. And also, as we get into June and I'm getting to be towards the end of pregnancy and we have other things that we'll have to be looking into and focusing on, that is how I'm going to work all of that together, so that way it works for our family. Now, sorry, my heater's turning on. But I'm really excited about that. It gives us a little bit more flexibility. And I was getting a little bit nervous about how late into June that we need to school this year, just because of considering preparing for baby and just all those kinds of things that I'm going to need to do, and how tired I will probably be, and how things change towards the end of pregnancy. And so this makes me feel a lot better about it. It makes me feel like we will have a little bit more flexibility, and it won't be, it'll be a little bit more fun schooling, which a lot of times happens in public school anyways. Towards the end of school, they start to do more fun things because they've finished up what they need to. So that is kind of a check-in for this, I don't even know. I don't think it's necessarily the last quarter, but maybe it is. For us, that is how we are gonna do it. That's how we're finishing out the year, and I'm really excited about it. In the comments, I would love to hear how you are finishing out your year. Do you have plans? You just, whatever you have to share about finishing out your school year, I would love to hear it in the comments. I will see you again soon in another video. And go ahead and hit the thumbs up button if this video was helpful for you.